Friedrich Nietzsche was one of the most influential and controversial thinkers of the 19th century. He was a philosopher, poet, and cultural critic, best known for bold statements like "God is dead," his rejection of conventional morality, and his call for radical personal freedom and self-creation. Nietzsche was born in 1844 in Germany. He lost his father at a young age and grew up in a household full of women, his mother, sister, grandmother, and 2 aunts. Later in life, he again lived with his mother, and after her death, with his sister. His health was fragile throughout his life. He suffered from intense migraines, crippling fatigue, and severe vision problems. Despite this, he worked for years as a professor of classical philology until his poor health forced him into early retirement. What makes his story so tragic is that Nietzsche emphasized strength, self-mastery, and independence above all. He had little sympathy for what he saw as weakness or victimhood. His ideal was the Übermensch, or overman, a person who creates their own values, rises above herd mentality, and shapes life as an artist shapes a masterpiece. In Nietzsche's view, traditional religion and morality were expressions of slave morality, systems that glorify weakness and keep people dependent on rules and promises handed down from above. His famous phrase, "God is dead," wasn't meant literally. It meant that belief in God as a source of absolute truth had lost its power. And without that foundation, Nietzsche believed, we must find the courage to create meaning ourselves. But while Nietzsche preached strength and autonomy, his own life followed a different path. In 1889, he suffered a complete mental breakdown on a street in Turin. From that point on, he was mentally incapacitated. The final 11 years of his life were spent as a dependent patient, first cared for by his mother, then by his sister. He died in 1900 at the age of 55, physically and mentally broken. This tension between his ideal of power and independence and the reality of his weakness and dependence makes Nietzsche both a tragic and fascinating figure. His philosophy still challenges us today. Do we dare to think freely, to create our own meaning, without hiding behind tradition, religion, or systems? Nietzsche didn't give easy answers, but he asked questions that still demand our attention.